There you are. I didn't. Wait a minute. I muted you. Hang on. I can't hear you. I can't get you unmuted.
I'm muted.
Okay, there you go. I can hear you now.
All right. We're live right now with myself and Carolyn, my partner. And she has DID as well as myself. And we're going to do a list of questions that we kind of made up together. That way everybody can kind of get different perspectives about dissociative identity disorder. Right?
Right.
Okay. Do you want to do the first question or you want me to?
Sure. This has been answered before. But the difference between DID for real and the DID NOS on TV.
The difference is that it's way out there on TV, and the real DID is more subtle.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, I think it's with like Tara. They had a psychologist on the set that they had to guide them through that, and she said everything was in line. But I think the last few shows when they had all those people around the conference table, I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that. I know I haven't. Have you?
No, not really. It's more like talking to myself or writing to myself, stuff like that.
Do they always talk out loud, or do they just talk to you in your head?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
So
you can read from the questions too.
you don't think that the one on TV portrays anything like the actual disorder?
Which one?
The ones on TV that they aren't. Are they just way too far out there? Then they should tone them down some. There would be a pretty
more realistic.
If they, if they were doing my life with DID, it would be pretty boring. So they have to make it interesting so they can get viewers. I know, but it would be pretty boring if it was mine.
That is true. Okay, let's see. Do you have any memory issues or forgetful problems?
I do, but I attribute that somewhat to age and the fact that I've done so many drugs in my life that where are you going? Oh, okay.
I'm getting home. Nowhere.
But there have been blackouts time and again, but not very often. What I hate is forgetting what I'm saying in the middle of a sentence because I switch.
That happens a lot around here.
Mm-hmm. Especially last night. Last night was terrible.
Yeah. See, I done forgot the question.
Memory issues.
Oh, memory issues. See?
I got to get a pencil.
Apparently, I do if I forgot the question.
You think?
Yeah. Forgetful problems. Yeah, I forget where I put things all the time. Or sometimes I'll buy stuff and I'll end up having I'll end up having like doubles, triples of the thing, like all that pizza sauce. I think I had 6 jars of that.
And you had all that, and it was all outdated.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
You had to use spaghetti sauce for your
Pizza.
yeah pizza.
And I don't even remember if some of the stuff that I get, I don't remember sometimes where I got it. That I got it.
You mean groceries or clothes or everything?
Sometimes, or groceries. A little bit of both.
I think you have one of your altars does most of the shopping.
Yeah. Who, Leslie?
Yeah. Yeah, she does most of your shopping. If she
Somebody likes circles, polka dots, you
yeah,
can.
I think that's her too. I can't imagine Fate or you liking polka dots or circles.
I don't like them.
Do you like plaid? I like plaid. You don't?
No.
You got a lot of it.
I do?
You do. Pajamas.
I don't recall having plaid.
You have
I like new age stuff is what.
pajamas. Your pajamas aren't new age.
Pajamas usually are plaid.
Yeah. Wonder why that is.
I don't know. Maybe because you're sleeping and
Who gives a shit?
yeah. Nobody really likes it, so they don't want to see it. I don't know. Okay, your turn for a question.
Okay. Self-harm. Expand on if alters or core self hard or not. Does every case of DID have an alter that self-harms? I don't think so. I don't have one that harms me. I have one that gets very angry sometimes, but not at myself, at other people. But she hasn't been around for a long, long time.
Yeah, I remember that with a friend.
Yeah.
Her going off and that phone was on and Carmen was still going on and on and on and
Call me dirty names.
Christina heard it and she was calling her all kinds of names and everything and
She did.
that was fun really.
We
all made fun of it.
You were just glad she was yelling at somebody else besides you.
That time we actually got along.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time I went over to her house, it was like, "Who are you today?"
Yeah. She was just curious, I think. And one of your girls had a crush on her.
Who? Oh, you mean Leslie?
I don't. Yeah, I guess it was because every time you would watch for her to come home,
Yeah.
work, and you'd get all excited when she got there, and you'd go to the door and ask her to come over, and you'd flirt with her.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And I didn't even care because I knew that it was never gonna.
But she egged right on too.
I know she did, but I knew it would never materialize for either one of you.
Yeah.
So you have one that self-harms?
No, more like self-sabotaging.
Who's that?
Like if you really want to do it, like when I really want to do something, that part of me just self-sabotages it. Like, say no, just don't do it. I think it's fate.
So she's a tired one, and she's tired all the time.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Maybe because she's old. Maybe that's why.
Timeless. Really? I mean, she is, and she was had just always been here, and she's timeless, ageless.
Timeless.
She don't know when it's bedtime, when it's time to be awake.
All I know is I get sleepy all the time.
No.
That kind of sucks.
You don't always allow her to sleep, though.
What do you mean?
You don't allow her to. I mean, you don't give in to that. all the time.
Well, I used to have insomnia, but now I just,
If you gave in to that all the time, you'd be sleeping constantly.
yeah,
You have
maybe.
too much to do.
Yeah. Now I got more stuff to do.
Right.
Let's try to find an interesting thing. Hmm. Do you see your alters outside yourself or inside yourself?
Sometimes when you walk by them, I walk by a mirror, I see them if they're out and in the driver's seat. But most of the time, no, I don't see them outside. I see them inside.
That's what I was asking on one of them. The one that I done with Jamie was about looking in the mirror and seeing different parts of yourself. And I do that. I like look in the mirror and I'm like, that's not me. Or I hear somebody say, I'm there,
Uh huh.
something like that, and I look kind of different, or my eyes will be kind of lighter or darker or sometimes blue. It just
My
depends.
hair turns. My hair is different color sometimes. Is yours?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I just said. It would be blonde or sometimes it'd be red.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one of my alters is blonde, but the other one is real dark. I mean, everything's dark. Eyes dark, hair dark, brain, emotions are dark.
I got a question that I don't think anybody might not understand, but me and you have experienced it. It's about neck jerking or your body jerking when an altar switches.
Well, what's the question?
The neck jerking. I want to talk more about it. How did that happen with you?
My neck used to jerk, and it was real. It really hurt. It hurt all the time, and so I guess I had a meeting and asked them to stop doing that because it hurt, physically hurt, and now my nose itches.
Well, why go through the neck?
I don't know unless it's a direct line to the brain.
Maybe so, because mine does that, and I can't stop it.
I mean, your spinal cord just ends right there and goes up into the brain, and I suppose that's what they are. They're in your brain.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. But I think anywhere on that, like I watched a guy on YouTube one time that rubbed his forehead. Every time he rubbed his forehead, he switched, and he had 58 ulcers.
My goodness.
Poor guy didn't know who he was half the time.
Yeah. My nose will itch.
Now, one of his ulcers didn't even know his wife.
I don't have that problem. I know you.
I know you.
Sometimes I don't remember certain parts of our relationship, but
Do
I
you do you dress your ulcers the way they want to dress? Like when one's in the driver's seat, do you wear what they want to wear and go where they want to go and wear your hair the way they like it?
most of the time
Yeah.
I don't I don't normally wear dresses like this.
Well, who is that?
Like I'm a kid or something. So,
You're a kid?
while I'm 37, I wouldn't be a kid.
No. But you do have a sort of a child, don't you? Like a 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, you know that.
Yeah.
It's your turn to ask a question, dude.
Okay. Dude, I'm not a dude. um, You ever get confused at your voice tone or what you're doing at certain times? Like, why am I doing this? Or why am I talking like this?
Yeah, I get confused like that all the time. Like when I first found out when we were doing that role playing a long time ago, trying to spice up our love life, when all that came about,
Right? You
and
know, you
I
know,
found out
you know when you
I had
switch.
all these voices coming out of me. What?
Do you know when you switch? Do you feel it?
I kind of
Or
space
just
out.
that? I'm sorry.
I space out.
Yeah. So you do realize that, okay, I'm switching now, right?
Yeah, or my neck will jerk or something like that, or my nose will itch.
Sometimes your whole body jerks.
Yeah. I really got confused when I secluded myself in that tent for a year.
Oh, that was such a crazy time. Crazy time. I just wanted my wife back in the house.
But now I'm at a completely different place because I worked on myself. The point is with this disorder is you got to learn how to love yourself, and integration is not really, that's just a word that people use. Everybody's trying to become more whole. And therapists believe that, like, you have this green piece of Play-Doh, right? Therapists believe that you have all these green different parts that you take out. And people with DID believe that there's this green piece of Play-Doh and all the different other Play-Dohs are different colors. So if you try to integrate them, they're going to not work all together.
Right.
But I believe that there's no right or wrong way of looking at it, being in psychology myself. But it's more like a rainbow, and you have this rainbow piece of Play-Doh, and you can take out your blue, put it back in, take out your green, put it back in. At the end of the day, this is your home. Your body is your home.
Everybody's home.
You're going to come back to it, and you're going to be centered within yourself. You have to deal with yourself. You have to look at you in the mirror. You have to do that work. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I do. I just don't. I've listened to these VID hangouts. I've not really ever participated in them. I had no. I had nothing to add, nothing to contribute, because my experience is so different than those people on there. I'm totally functional. I work every day. Um, I guess we just blend at work because they know that we have to, because we have to eat, right? And if you don't work, you don't eat.
Right.
So, and you don't have a place to live unless you have someone there to support you, and neither one of us do. I mean, we support each other, and I don't get this non-functional thing, because if you work at it, you don't even really have to work at it, do you? They just cooperate. If you've got
I
cooperation,
think at certain times in your life you do have to work more harder than others. I'm sure that there's lots of other people out there that have to work way harder than we do because they've been through a lot more than we have.
and they have more
You
options.
can't cancel those people out.
No, you can't cancel them out, but do you really believe that it's that difficult?
For me, it was difficult in my, I would say, semi younger years, growing up, being in a relationship, all that stuff. Now it's getting easier. I didn't even like myself at one point, but since I've done work and found spirituality and all that stuff, It's easier.
And you're educated on the subject because you're studying it.
Well,
So
yeah, I think I got into psychology for a reason. I think some people with mental disorders get into psychology because they want to help people that have the same thing that they do, or they've been through it. That's the best psychologists, the people
were
who've
you
been through it.
psychology because you were looking for an answer to what was going on with you?
Yeah.
See, and you wanted to fix yourself. So now that you've fixed yourself and you're blended and you're happy with the way things are, now you can fix others.
I don't believe that you ever really fix yourself. I believe that
That's that's
you're
a bad
constant work.
that was a bad choice of words. It was you work on yourself.
Yeah, you're always growing. You're always working on yourself. You're always.
Know how now,
I know what works for me, but what works for me may not work for somebody else.
right?
So, what's worked for you?
What works for me? Cooperation.
So, how do you get that?
I asked for it. At work, you say, no, you're going to have to be quiet and just sit there and watch. But and they have one that likes to interrupt sometimes, and when I worked for the electric company, she interrupted quite a bit. She's a big smartass.
Yeah, what you say about the lights?
Yeah, the lady said, you turned my light off. I said, no, no, no. She said, she said, we didn't just turn your light off. We turned everything off. Try your air conditioner. It don't work either. Try your toaster. It don't work. Nothing works. And I could have gotten fired for that.
Yeah, but you didn't because people like your personality and they think you're just funny.
Yeah.
You don't really see anything.
I know the girl that sat behind me, she was freaking out. She was telling me to shut up.
Well, I know for a fact that you have some problems because I live here with you. So I know for a fact you have problems with some cooperation on some things.
Like what?
Well, knowing what you're going to be doing for the day, like you'll start off your day and you're going in several different directions, or we'll be having a conversation and you just stop in a conversation and go off someplace else.
Oh, yeah.
And with Dakota, it's like 1 minute you're this way with Dakota, and the next minute you're totally another way with Dakota.
Well, I have one that really, really, really likes Dakota and the way she is, and then I have one that doesn't. Uh, I, everybody loves her, and everybody wants her to be all she can be. But there's one that doesn't think that Dakota is cooperating at all. That there's no respect for you or me, and that's the one that rips her ass all the time. The other one just kind of just talks to her.
Yeah.
I have another one that's been silent for a while. She does come in and out now. She was here last night. In case you didn't notice.
Are you talking about or what she used to be Ashley?
Yeah, yeah.
She's not really Ashley.
No, no.
That started from that role playing.
Hmm. She's Sammy, and Sammy, that's her name, Sammy, and she's very emotional, very sensitive, and in tune with other people's emotions. In other words, if you cry, she's gonna cry. If you laugh, she's gonna laugh. She's in tune with your emotions of everyone around her.
Right.
Much like your faith.
Yeah. Let me see. Do you have a child altar within your system?
No.
Why?
She was a child when she came. She has grown. She she grew to 28 years old and stopped. She's been 28 for years.
Okay.
But she came at 9.
Well, I think that I do. I just haven't really communicated much.
I think you do too.
As you see, I've got coloring books everywhere and
I know
crayons and
definitely a teenager in there.
stuffed animals and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they're in there somewhere.
And that's Star.
I don't know. That was the name that I heard a long time ago, but I just haven't really communicated.
You should.
I'm afraid to, so I just haven't really done it.
I don't think she's going to tell you any of her memories. That's why she's here, to keep you from knowing, keep you from feeling.
Yeah. Well, I've just kind of like went going along with my life and every day and just letting everything blend in and go. And I haven't even been communicating with me hardly at all. Like I used to talk to me with the videos and write things down, and now I don't even do that. And I
Well,
won't have time hardly to do that. So
you need to get in touch with this inner child, because she could probably help you with this job that you're starting, because she'd be on the same level. These children that you're working with have problems, and she'll be able to relate to those problems and be empathetic.
yeah.
But don't let your boss see you being a kid.
I think that's a constant thing inside of me. Do your altars come to you in a dream?
I think so, but I don't remember hardly any of my dreams ever. I remember them when I first wake up, but then I forget them that quick.
I always remember my dreams.
I know you do.
I dream every night, just about, and I remember them. But yeah, my altars come to me in a dream, and I had one with Fate, and we went to this house, big house, and then
Was it her house?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was like that house that I drew.
That has no furniture.
Yeah, I don't have anything in it. I was laying on the floor in a sleeping bag. So, yeah. And see, my neck just jerked now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I had a dream.
You dream of some of our
Leslie.
animals too, don't you? You dream of some of our animals that have passed.
Yeah. Tucker and Harley and stuff like that. I dream of dead people all the time. So I don't know if that's strange, but I get messages in my dreams. So
You think you're dreaming, or are you on the astral plane? And that's getting a little off subject, but
I think I'm on the astral plane. I think I'm actually talking to my deceased relatives and my deceased cats. Well, because I told Tucker when Jack died to come
right.
to come get Jack. And when I laid down, he came in my dream and he took Jack away by the fire pit. So I think that was very much real.
Mm-hmm. Do you have animal altars?
Animal altars?
Right.
I don't think so. I think that somebody likes to talk to the cats.
Somebody that's there all the time likes to. Are
Yeah,
you sure that's not your child?
it
Maybe.
might be. Might be. I don't
You,
know. I'm just learning myself about different parts, but I pretty much know Fate and Leslie, but with Destiny and the little child, I don't know much.
well, you have all these coloring books and all these crafts, but you never do them. Is that because you don't communicate with that
I
inner
really
child?
haven't had no time neither to do all those things. I want to. I got like thousands of things in my head that I have going on that, I want to do this, want to do that, want to do this, want to do that. But I have to do my priorities first.
Right.
And then by the time it gets to that,
I know.
I end up doing the exact opposite. And it's
I
like,
know.
oh, I'll just do this tomorrow.
Yeah, because there's
I hear, well, no, you won't.
yeah, there's so many things I need to fix in that house, in our house, and I, by the time I get done cleaning that room so that I can work, I'm tired and I need to stop. But I want to get all that painting done, and I guess I'll wait till you start working. I can do that. I work better alone than when you're here. I'm sorry, but I do.
Yeah, because we get sidetracked.
I do. We do, and we get. Let's go to lunch. Okay, I'm right in the middle of this. The water's not even on, and and everything's out. All my tools are out, and let's go to lunch. And sometimes that's my idea, and we just leave everything set. And then by the time we get back, you don't feel like doing it, so you put everything away, and it goes undone.
We do things on the spur of the moment. We can't even make plans
there's
because they end up changing.
there's things that were not finished when we moved into this house that I thought, well, I can finish this after we move in. They're still not done. That's 3 years ago next month.
Well,
And
I've been trying to do this bedroom forever, so that's
yeah, I know.
work in progress.
I got my shed done.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not really.
How mine is.
Huh?
I said, you see how mine is? I worked so hard on it, it's not done.
There's shit everywhere in your shed.
It's not happening right now.
You are not very organized anyway. You just,
The only thing that's organized is my desk.
yeah. Yeah, and the only thing that's not organized is my desk. Everything else is pretty much. But I can organize my desk in the morning or at night before I go to bed. And the cats must do it during the night because when I get up, it's not.
I seen them get on top of your desk and put one of those. You have them necklace things.
Oh, yeah, I play with those.
Other strings there, and I seen one of the cats take off with it in their mouth.
Mm-hmm. With the leather. They like the leather.
I had to chase them down. Here's Josephine.
Josephine's there. I don't have any cats.
Josephine.
Who else is in there?
Sarah, for some reason. She's in here somehow.
She sneaks right in there, don't she?
Yeah. They just swindle their way in here. I don't know where Casey is. My scorpion. My scorpion cat. Hello. Okay, did I ask a question last or did you?
I don't remember.
No. Okay, are your altars all male, all female, or mixed?
Well, I think they're all girls. But I used I used to have one that was very prominent, and I don't know where they went. I'm sure they're still there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they claim to be a boy, but everybody else there says no, that that's a girl who wants to be a boy.
Huh.
So I don't know. I don't know where he went. I don't know if he'll ever be back.
Yeah. That
He,
was, I remember that, but I don't, I thought that Gina was more like,
she's more masculine,
yeah,
feminine, but she knows she's a girl.
yeah.
She likes to pretend to be a boy when at certain times.
And what about Selena?
Serena's just Selena.
Yeah.
She's she's my party girl. She likes to have fun. Nothing serious. Nothing there. She don't take anything seriously.
Yeah, but she's the fighter.
A fighter?
The one who argues.
Yeah, she hollers a lot
Her and Leslie, as much as they love each other, why they argue all the time?
because she's a Taurus, I guess. She
Huh?
thinks she thinks she's a Taurus. Don't they argue a lot? Greg's
Not really.
Christine always did. She
Yeah.
loved to argue.
Christina had other problems.
Christine argued with you all the time.
Well, she was trying to debate with me, and there's no debating with a Taurus or a person who has a fixed. That she had a Leo rising and a Taurus sun sign, so she had two fixed energies. I just had one fixed energy, the Scorpio rising.
Yeah.
Foot cramp.
Do
Foot cramp.
I have anything fixed?
What?
Do I have anything fixed? Mine's all mutable, aren't they? Aren't they mutable? Most of mine.
Fixed you some jar beans.
You trying to get her out here, ain't you?
You have
You want her out here.
you have
The Selena show.
you don't have no fixed except for your Venus, I think. And Aquarius, yeah.
Oh, that's an odd way of doing things sexually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not true anymore. It used to be
What?
doing weird things sexually, different things.
You don't do weird things sexually?
Not anymore. I used to. I've always wanted to make out on at a furniture store on one of their beds.
Okay.
I could never get anyone to do that.
Yeah. Probably not me.
No, I remember going to a furniture store though when we lived in National City. That I asked you if you would, and you didn't. You wouldn't.
More likely going to get the same answer.
Now I would get a definite no. Then it was like, oh God, what if we get caught? That's the idea, getting caught. That's fun.
Yeah.
Getting arrested wouldn't have been fun.
No. Let's see here. We are at.
Do you talk to
I
yourself?
didn't answer it.
Huh?
I
Did
didn't
you?
answer that question.
You didn't answer
What's
that
the question?
about the male and female.
Oh yeah, I have one that has no sex, more like androgynous, kind of like, and no age. You know, it's she's kind of like semi. I've always seen her as like an angel or something.
Wow.
you know, a spiritual type person. Another one is all female, proper.
Loves
And,
to shop.
huh?
He loves to shop.
Yeah, okay. And then Destiny is like kind of like just a regular teenager, but kind of like grunge, grungy. I don't know how you say that.
She wear those boots.
Yeah, likes to put makeup on, dress up in things, show off.
Do your alters know each other?
Is that a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Do they know the other ones are there?
Sometimes. Sometimes get glimpses. I can't really get much into there to get much answers. It's like some portion is blocked. Like like what they talk about, them barriers.
Do they talk to each other?
Huh?
Do they talk to each other?
I hear talking inside and then I try to talk out here and then it gets really complicated. You know. I don't I don't understand it, but all I hear is their names out here. They're saying their names and saying different things, but it gets really complicated.
Do they fight for prominence? They argue about who's going to be in the driver's seat.
Well, I hear I'm tired a lot. and time to go to bed.
At 9 o'clock sometimes.
Yeah. Especially when I want to talk. It's like who's tired that all the darn time?
Somebody who's ageless and sexless.
Okay.
When you get tired of that, I mean, you just been here forever and you don't know how old you are, and sometimes you forget you're on your period.
What are you talking about?
Sometimes fate forgets that you're having your period.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that happens. That does happen. It's embarrassing.
That's because she probably doesn't have a period if she's ageless and doesn't and she's androgynous.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't have one.
Huh?
She probably doesn't have one.
Well, no. But this body does.
I know. Unfortunately, you take a
Unfortunately.
huh? Yeah. I don't like it when you have your period. You're grouchy.
We don't have to have our period because that's just the way it is.
I don't.
No, you're older. Okay. Anyway, you're older than me, I should say.
Yes.
You've been through the menopause. So menopause must stand for your menstrual cycle is on pause.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day when I was at the gynecologist. What does that mean? That means your menstrual cycle is on pause.
Oh
I
God.
was thinking, I wonder what they think while they're examining down there. Yeah,
Huh.
that was very funny.
And
Very embarrassing.
you said you had one that was androgynous. Do you have any that are straight or bi, or are they?
That one is bi, and nobody straight. It's lesbian
Yeah.
and bi. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All of mine are lesbians, except
Yeah. No, really.
if there's a guy. If there's a guy, and I'm not sure that there is. Uh, if there is, he's straight.
Yeah, well, it would have to be that way. I don't think that body could be straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think your body could be straight.
Well, if there is a guy, he's straight because there is no one in here that wants to be with a man ever.
Okay. That would be funny to see you dress up in a dress or put
I
makeup
was, I
on. Or,
was married
that would just be funny to me.
to one of those creatures.
um, okay. Does your altars have different religions than you?
Yes. Gina is agnostic.
Agnostic.
And I think that if Selena wasn't such a party girl, and if she ever settled down, she would be totally Bible thumping.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm just somewhere there in the middle. Maybe it's because my father was a minister, and I had it shoved down my throat all my life. Had to go to church all the time, and I just don't want to go anymore. But
Yeah.
but I think Selena would go all the time.
Really?
Yeah, and Gina would not want to go. Of course, she would be forced to go if we all went. I mean, because do you think altars die when you die? And do they become whole again? You become a whole person again, or do they have an afterlife?
What would Jesus say?
W- I don't know.
Well, what do you think he would say?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think you become whole.
You do?
I think you become whole
What
again.
happens
Because
to
the
them?
lesson that you had to learn while you were here,
What happens to them?
know yourself better so you can evolve.
But what happens to them?
They're you. I mean, when you die, this is still you. You can't take your body and slice it in half and become another body over here.
No.
Okay, they're in your body. So it still is you. And that doesn't mean that they're going to be killed off because you are becoming more blended or co-conscious. That just means you know and they know that they are you. But they can still have their own ideas and opinions and be themselves. They're just safe now. They
So
don't have to
when
be.
your body dies, where do they go?
Well, when you die, you go to the other side. So I think that you become whole. That's my personal opinion.
I don't know.
You don't meet
Because they all
God
exist.
as several different pieces of your soul.
Why not?
When you die, you're automatically healed because how can you go when Jesus said that everything's like paradise, right?
Right.
Everything is healed. So therefore you're going to be healed. So from your belief, from what you've told me thousands of times, I'm just saying your belief right back to you.
What?
So I'm just saying your belief right back to you, what you've told me for the Bible.
I don't think they want to die. But well, no one wants to die. But I think they want.
We're all going to die.
I understand that.
we're all going to freaking die. That's what we're
They're
going.
just using. They're not in your body. They're in your mind,
Right?
and they're using your body as a means of transportation to get around in this world.
So are we. We as souls are using this bodysuit to get around in this physical world. So when we die, we're not taking this bodysuit with us.
You
We're
don't think
taking our
that you're going
soul.
to look like that when you die?
So
When you go to the other side, what are you going to look like? You're going to look like that, right? I mean, I guess.
we're going to be seen as we're seen, I guess. I don't know, but that soul is what some people have said is the soul is what's fragmented. But I got another question. If the soul is fragmented and we don't heal or whatever, as you say, and you don't know, then our stuff from our past lives, how do we know that some of that's not alters coming in?
Right.
That we see that we say it's alters, but how do we know that the stuff from our past lives, those fragments aren't coming in from our body and we're picking up on that?
So we didn't have this body in our past lives. As that body,
So we had a different body and we had a different life.
so are they over there on the other side? People from our past life?
We have the same soul. We have the same soul. The body don't go over there. What I'm saying is a part of that. Do we have different parts of us floating around out there from what you said? From what you said,
Well, I'm so confused.
from what you said, our different parts would still be separate. So if we die, you think that we're not going to be whole, right? You think we're still going to be separate.
I don't know.
So if that's true, then that means there's past lives out there from our soul, because we have the same soul, that would be separate, that's floating around from many lives. So how do we know that that wouldn't be alters?
Right.
Or how we perceive as altered?
So maybe the altar is someone from the past life? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, what do you say?
Is our altars? Well, that's hard. One from our past life.
You mean who we used to be in a past life?
Right.
That's what I'm asking. I don't know the question to that. I'm just throwing crap out there.
I think we bring these altars here by choice, to protect us from pain and grief. I think sometimes when a child has a parent that isn't what they're supposed to be, or that parent may die while the child is very young, um, it's a traumatic event.
Yeah.
And altars break off, and we create those. I don't think they're created by anyone but us.
Right.
And that some of them probably don't even want to be here because they have to hold all this pain and all these memories forever.
Right.
So do all this pain, do they just keep taking it over and over and over again? Do they live in that traumatic time?
I think so. For some of them, they do.
So Gina just keeps getting beat all the time. Is that why she's so angry? Because she's still getting her ass beat?
Have you asked her?
No.
Well, like I told you, maybe you need to talk to her and then tell her that she's safe now, and that to see through your eyes and see that this is right now, and she don't have to live in that pain. She can live happy and live a happy life and do things that she likes and stuff like that. I mean, and the more that you become aware of that, and the more that she becomes happier, you're going to become happier.
Yeah.
You'll be more connected. You'll be more cooperated.
I've seen some of your altars cause you to be depressed.
Yeah.
To the point of just staring off into space sometimes and not even present. Like now.
I'm just thinking right now, I was thinking about something. Yeah, I've been depressed. I go through bouts of depression, but I think it's mostly of different things that has to do with life.
I don't think it's so much
It's growing up.
Is it depression, or is it just you're depressed for one day and then you're past it?
It's on and off. It's like I can be happy one moment, next moment I'm depressed, next moment I'm angry.
Do you switch?
It's just like back and forth. It's like,
When
and
that
the
is,
next minute I'm completely calm. It's like, calm, nothing, no.
I have uh, witnessed you being so angry that you storm off and slam doors and scream and holler, and then you go back to the room there, and,
Hmm.
and you talk and you talk and you talk, and you come out and you're perfectly calm.
Yeah.
Is that you totally, or do they talk you into being calm? Talk you out of being mad, or is that you talking them into being calm?
I don't think that is me, Jessica. I think it's fate talking somebody else into calming down.
Okay, so they do talk to each other.
Yeah, I think so. I think from how I perceive it. But then I'm also there. So it's like I think that I'm crazy. I think I'm the one that ends up crying over it all.
Because you don't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't usually. I don't usually. I'm not the one that argues, and I don't usually even know what the argument's about after it's all over. I don't even remember what it was about. Do you?
It just depends. I mean, sometimes I'll have my videotape and I'll talk about it on there, and then later on I'll go back to it. It's like, what in the world is that? I don't remember
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
saying that or doing that.
I got a video that I made in the car that I don't remember making. I was sitting in the car and I just looked all frazzled and crazy.
Yeah, I've got flashes of you before for some reason with your hair, like a wild
Oh,
person.
there you are.
Huh?
You froze up there for a little bit
Oh.
with your eyes closed.
Well, I bet that looked weird.
It did.
I
Lay me down to sleep. I
bet that looked weird.
think it's time to go, isn't it? We've been here an hour.
I don't know how long I've been here.
It's
All I
okay.
know. Wait a minute. Do you think that alters want to get personal about their past or be seen in the community? Like, do you think that alters want to come out right here and have everybody know their business?
No,
Because I don't think that they particularly do.
no,
Some of them. I mean, some of them might be okay with it.
no. I don't think any of them would be okay with it because of pain that they took, either emotional pain or physical pain. They took it, and they don't want to talk about it.
I
There's
mean,
some,
it's easy for mine to come out and talk to you because you're already on here. But if it was other people on here, it would be like I probably wouldn't talk much. So
no, probably wouldn't either.
it's just
It's kind
different.
of easier for me to talk to you like this than it is face to face.
Huh?
It's sort of easier for me to talk to you about this like this,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think it's easier because I don't feel like you're judging me at all. Sometimes when we're talking and I say something that maybe you don't agree with, you give me one of them Scorpio looks, and it scares me.
I'm probably judging myself if I'm judging you. Probably because I'm judging myself. It's a reflection.
It feels judgmental.
Hmm.
The Scorpio look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not how I really am. That's just my rising sign.
You know.
That's just how the people perceive me out there.
Yeah. But I know better.
Yeah.
But I don't. Do you think I try to use that empathetic side of you sometimes to get my way?
Huh? What's
When
that got to do with altars?
when well, because you have an empathetic person there that forgives everything and is very easily not backed into a corner, but easily dropped to their knees and saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." You have a person that you have a person that sometimes takes the blame, and they're not really no one at fault, but she takes the blame for an argument just to make it stop.
Yeah. And what was the question that you're asking me?
Do you think that people use that side of you? They know it's there, so they use it to get their way, to be told.
People in
Yeah,
general?
people in general, like people that know you, like me, like um, Dakota, your mom.
I think that sometimes they do, maybe. I mean, I think that when a person knows how somebody's behavior is after a while, they tend to try to push those boundaries. And if somebody doesn't have boundaries put up, you know, a more, what's the word I'm looking for? A more stricter boundaries.
Yeah, cross the line and I'll kill you.
Yeah, and then they're going to keep on doing it and doing it and doing it until you say, no, this is my boundary line.
Right.
I think everybody has that thing. It's just the boundaries. You have to.
Everybody has a limit to what they can
That's
say.
the thing with me. I had to work on my boundaries. I think I'm getting better at that. But
Yeah, well, I think you need to work on your walls.
walls.
You have a wall that when you feel threatened or you feel insecure or unsafe, you put this wall up. Like no one can touch me in here, so this is where I'm going to be until this is over.
Well, sometimes, but see that empathetic part of me always puts the walls down. I may seem like that at first, but
Uh-huh.
I always change my mind.
I know.
Totally. I say I'm going to do something. I'm not going to do, like if I get in an argument with you, if that's what you're trying to get at, because
No,
that's what you're trying to get at, I say,
anybody.
well, I'm just not going to do this with Carolyn anymore. I'm not going to talk to her. This is the way it's going to be, blah, 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 blah. And then I turn around and I see myself totally just doing the opposite.
Well, don't you think we do? We both do the same thing because we don't mean what we're saying. It's probably not even us talking.
Well, somewhere in there, somebody feels hurt.
Uh-huh. And I think it's us that feels hurt. I think it's me that feels hurt when you say some things that you know are going to hurt me. I say things that I know will hurt you.
But the whole point of this is at some point through the disorder, anybody's disorder, whatever it is, you have to take responsibility for every part.
If you have no control, how can you do that? If you have no control over what they do or what they say,
Try to establish cooperation and gain some kind of boundaries with them. If you don't have boundaries with them, with yourself, inside, then you can't have boundaries and cooperation out in the world. It's all about trying to cope and trying to manage, you know.
Yeah, but they don't care about the line that you draw. Some of them. They
The
cross. Say you draw a line, say you can't cross this line. You cross this line and you're out of line and you have to stop talking like this. And they just totally disregard that. And they just do what they want to do and what they're feeling.
like what?
Well, like that one really big fight that we had. And Jessica, I swear I don't even remember most of that.
What fight was that?
That
I've had
one,
lots of them, so I don't know what fight you're talking
one really, really bad one.
about. A really bad fight.
Down in number 4.
Well, that place was bad anyway.
It was.
What? You don't remember?
I do remember, but I don't want to.
You're talking about the purse thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel like talking about that one.
Well, I don't remember 98% of that.
Okay.
So how could I take responsibility for something I don't know what I'm doing when I'm doing it and don't remember it after it's over? You just wake up and you look around and you're in strange surroundings.
You have problems.
Why you're there or how you got there.
You have a relationship. If you have problems and you're not remembering every damn thing about your relationship, then maybe it's time, if you both have the idea, your partner and yourself, maybe it's time that you both go to counseling.
Oh,
Work something out to try to both come to some cooperation between everybody.
well, I have that now.
You can't go on forever like that and expect your relationship to grow.
Oh, I have that cooperation now. The person that was mostly there doesn't even hardly ever show her face.
Yeah.
She's still there. I can feel her welling up inside me sometimes, and I feel like my chest is going to explode. But the others calm her down.
So if it's not going on now, then
It goes on,
talking about it.
but it goes on. But there are boundaries now. There's a line that she can't cross because if she does, I don't know what would happen. Probably nothing, but I don't know. I'm just real confused about that.
About what?
What,
are we talking about?
what stops her? I mean, because I can feel her welling up inside, and then just all of a sudden it's just gone. And I just feel like the others have told her no.
And I've got another question for you before we wrap everything up here.
Okay.
Well, how do you feel about the astrology stuff that I talked to you about compared to dissociation, DID, and other mental disorders?
Well, I don't know.
Like you're talking about that you just well up inside and you get upset. Do you think that might be because you have Aries rising and Mars is the ruler of your chart?
And what? Mars is all over my chart?
Mars is the ruler of your chart.
Mars is what? My anger?
That you get upset really quick and then you get over it.
No,
Just like an Aries.
that is the Aries. That getting upset really fast and getting over it as quickly as I get upset. But where's this calm, Cancer feeling, sensitive person where all this is going on?
Your Cancer moon just goes on and on about like the past, like you remember everything.
I do.
Then you'll bring things up ever. So
I do. I know I do that.
yeah, I think the calmness comes from the Capricorn, and that's why you
That's
can
why I get
work
along.
so well. I think you can find all this in your chart. That's what I think. I think you can find all your different mental things, physical things, all that stuff within your horoscope, your whole natal chart.
Mhm.
Like people with ADHD, I mean, if they have ADHD, maybe they have an overload of Gemini or Aries.
You think I have ADHD?
Well, you can sometimes.
Oh, what?
You you can get
I,
way off track and do everything.
I can't sit still.
Go many different ways. No, you can't sit still. I could sit still for hours, and you would be crazy.
I can't sit. I can't stay in the house all day. Even after I had that surgery, I had to get up at least once a day and go outside.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe that stale air in the house. I had to go outside and breathe that smoke.
So I mean, I just compare tons of different things and theories, and then again, that's what some of my signs do. If you look at it that way,
You look at it,
some of my different signs.
you're always saying I'm trying to analyze you. Look at my chart. I have an analytic mind. I
Right.
analyze everything.
Yeah, that's because when you analyze me, it's usually with intimate matters. And
No,
you got Mars in Virgo, and Virgo is very analyzing and critical.
well, but not always during lovemaking.
Not always, no, they're very attentive. And they want to please their partner.
I am very insecure, and if I feel like in the least bit that you're thinking negatively about me, I get scared. You do too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was convinced last night that when you made a statement that maybe we've outgrown each other. I was convinced, okay, she's gone. I know it. And you're not going anywhere. I hope. I mean, I don't think you are. And some part of me knows that, but another part of me is suspicious. That Capricorn has a suspicious mind. It,
Yeah.
everybody's got an angle, and everybody wants something that they got, or somebody's cheating on them, or somebody's going to leave, or somebody's. And they sit and they think about this and dwell on it, and I do. I dwell on it until it could drive you crazy. You, I don't know what part of you is like that, but you do it.
What, dwell?
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you get on a subject, you can't think about anything else.
I dwell and I worry and do all those things.
Okay, then you worry.
Uh, yeah. Whatever we were talking about last night.
Your face is red.
I know. I'm very. I don't know why I'm so nervous. My face just ain't red. My whole body's red. I got really nervous when I first began this, and I just broke out everywhere. So I don't know why I've been doing that.
Didn't
I
you
used to
say
do that when I was a teenager, and now I'm doing that again.
Well, maybe it's your teenager doing it.
I don't know. But whatever we talked about the other night, if we were going to be not, if I was going to not be with you, I would have done been gone.
I know.
But that's what you mean. Growing apart.
Are we growing apart or are we just growing?
What?
Sometimes growth is not a good thing.
I think we're just both going different directions. I mean, you're going a different direction than I'm going. You know?
Well, I'm still the same. I'm right on the same path I've always been.
No, we're at different life cycles.
Well, yeah, because there's a big age difference.
I know that, so it makes it harder. Everything in this relationship makes it more challenging.
Exactly. Look what we got against us. The age difference, the fact that we're both women and highly emotional women at that, and we both have DID. I mean, who could survive that? But we have.
Yeah.
What relationship could actually survive all that? This one.
Well, this one right here for
Yeah.
14 years.
Yeah. That's amazing to me that I'm this age and this is the longest relationship I've ever had.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've not been in that many relationships. I mean, this basically was it for me. All or nothing. So,
We're still here, so there must be a very, very strong bond for us to survive all that diversity that's going on. Adversity, I guess you'd call
yeah, well, I like challenges.
it.
If I didn't, then I wouldn't have progressed this far.
Right there.
Huh?
Who is that cat on the bed right there?
That's Josephine.
Oh, thought it looked like Tatum. I thought, boy, you better get him off my bed.
Well, there's something in here about multitasking, and I can do that. I can multitask.
I don't think I multitask as much as I just scatterbrained.
Well, you know, with that, I have Gemini moon and Jupiter in Gemini, so.
You could cook a meal, do the dishes, and clean the house, and make coffee, and drink it all at the same time.
Yeah, I can do that. And kick some cat butt.
Yeah, I kicked the cat butt.
Does your altars have a special way of communicating? Well, like with that board, I just learned that with some of that board, sometimes it ain't spirits talking to me.
Sometimes it ain't.
Yeah, sometimes it's not.
Parent.
Sometimes, what?
It's parent.
Sometimes it's not spirits talking to me.
Yeah. I don't
Sometimes,
think they're talking to you as much as they're talking for you.
yeah, well,
You have one that wants to be at the forefront all the time.
who is that?
She's not behind you.
What?
I said she's not behind you. She's right there. She's right there. I'm looking at her.
You're looking at her.
Yeah.
No, I was looking at Sarah.
Oh. Well, I was looking at Leslie.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So we're gonna wrap this up for now and do some more couple times this week or what?
Yeah.
We need to put this on somewhere. We need to post it somewhere because nobody stopped by.
Well, a
And
couple people stopped by and viewed, but
did they?
nobody came by because nobody came on here.
The what?
That nobody came by and came on here with us.
But they did stop and listen.
Somebody said view. There's viewers down here. There was viewers down here.
Well, I can't see them.
Well, no, you don't have my page.
Yeah.
How
Well,
could you
I
see
could
it?
see them before. And them other hangouts, I could see the chat, and I don't see it here.
I have this control panel,
Well,
whatever it
could
is
see
up
'em.
here.
I could see them on. Wait a minute. Maybe I do have something there. Something popped up here a while ago, and it's gone now. Anyway,
We can stop our live feed and we can do another one
when?
later time.
Okay.
I don't care if it's just me and you or it's me, you, and whoever.
Huh.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. We'll just post it the next time so that other people will know about it and stop by.
Okay, well, this was just spur of the moment.
Yeah, yeah. Block Joey. No, no. Forget I said that.
What did you say?
What if he watches this? Oh my! I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
I don't know what she said.
I didn't even say that.
I still don't know what you said.
I hope nobody else heard it or ever hears it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Then.
going to turn off this live stuff.
See you
Okay.
now.
All right.
All right. I love you.
Love you. See ya.
Bye-bye.